Так, всем привет. Сейчас мы начнем. Так. Сейчас мы начнем стрим и смотреть Brawl Stars Чемп. Так. Сейчас. Ага. Сейчас мы. Что за фигня? Действуем. Ура, худик, здорово, сейчас, секунду, не могу тут поднастроить все. Так. Есть. Теперь, сейчас мы все сделаем. Так. Сейчас. Так. Сейчас. Так. Все. Поехали. Так. Так. И поехали.
Very well, but I do like the way that A&R's comp as well is shaping up to be. Bonnie's, we've seen time and time again, especially versus that tick, it's going to have a wondrous time in that matchup, especially in the later stages. The shield from Gus, Spooky Boy, definitely going to be bringing a lot to the table there as well to keep everyone's survivability in check. And the Sprout to add to that control, to be able to force themselves through the map and hopefully push back that tick and give themselves back a little bit more control along the way. I feel like for me, it's actually quite a balanced draft. It's a bit of a tough one to call. I think Zetas can come down crumbling down harder, faster. But if A&R play it slow, they've got a much better late game comp, in my opinion.
Сейчас на секунду.
Set to iron out for the next ones for sure.
Все, let's go.
Yeah,
Смотреть.
no super scared over either. It's going to be a bit of an ouch here for A&R.
Так, я сейчас отойду.
Thick hand
Но вы смотрите, чем.
will be available off the bat. And it's quite a valuable one as well, especially if there is a jump in from Mebius and he ends up going down immediately. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the end, but not willful, leaving things in a bit of an awkward situation. But Rama should be going down, is able to survive. Nevertheless, it's a 1v2 and not an easy one to win.
Yeah, really little you can do in that scenario. Zeta starting to gain back a little bit more control over the situation. And good for them. I mean, again, that first set of gem grab was so close to call if you're just joining the stream. I mean, the scoreline at the moment is far from certain here, as this could well be the sort of game mode that does cater more towards Zeta as well. So bear that in mind. Going back in, though. Let's see if they choose to swap lanes or choose to stick. They're actually going to side on the same side of the map here. Definitely going to be a troublesome start. Maybe it's getting a couple of taps there, but the clustering is, for me, a little bit worrisome. But the takedown there in favor of Zeta will bring things back into order.
And feels like there's some over-aggression from A&R getting punished again. Maybe losing patience a little bit or getting overexcited, and Zeta Division making sure to punish them for that. 2 supers already at hand as well. They can nicely carry over to the next round. And this is looking troublesome for A&R, as Zeta Division are a round away from equalizing and taking away the advantage that A&R fought so hard to build up by taking gem grab.
Robin's going to heal up here a little bit. Quite easy to do, but the tick is a problem. We'll be considering, has got super as well. Tick head, of course, will come into play normally in the later stages, unless Meow is getting pressured to do so. That mute as well. Gary's going to be holding on to that dear life, and he knows what an advantage you can bring in those later stages. But for me, I've got to push forwards, and they are going to be doing that now. Maybe it's in the top. Does get the return to sender to the face, but nonetheless did have to make a play. Pops the gadget peep coming in. Is it going to connect? He'll be coming back around. The piloting here of Naui to the Testament, and he does get double value. Knob goes down, but Mavis as well. Weak, and what a great connection.
What a disaster there. It would have been better if just one player tanked for it instead. They gotta play out this round as well, and return to sender here, locks in the kill. Mebius does have his jump. He's gonna go for it now, but he gets greeted by hell on earth as soon as he lands. And that means that it's gonna be Zeta to take this game, take this set with it, and even things out one set each.
Wow, this is looking even more likely to go all the way to that 5th and final set. We're certainly going to be going to a 4th, and that excites me greatly. But As we saw there, you know, Zeta have got that resolve. They've got that ability to stay calm under the pressure. It's never easy in a grand final when you one set down. Sometimes that can just be the start of a downfall and escalated situation, but that was exactly how Zeta had to respond, and that they have.
Certainly that was a strong showing from Zeta. They are looking very, very good in this set, and honestly I thought the draft was on the side of A&R, but I think that even then Zeta Division were able to very nicely adapt and prove me wrong. I'm finding so much value as well. I think if you compare just the Tick versus Sprout, the Tick was able to just consistently harass them, and would you look at that, that is quite a depressing thing to look at if you're an A&R fan. My goodness, 0 kills and in total something along the lines of 120 DPS for the entire team. That's less than Meow, both in kills and in DPS.
That's a double-edged Trav, if I ever saw one. Yeah, it was A&R there, which really didn't hit the mark, did they, in terms of their takedowns? Pressure is one thing, but in knockout, takedowns are everything. And that's what Zeta brought to the table over them. And yeah, they will prefer to have just kind of like, you know, go GG, go next for this set and trying to put their stats out of their mind. And that's one advantage, I guess, you know, from being on the other side of the playing side, is you don't necessarily have to dwell on statistics of your downfall. You can just look straight ahead, leave the past in the past, and Sneaky Fields is where we're going next for Brawl Ball. This could definitely be the set that turns things around a little bit more in A&R's favor, but Zeta, with that momentum off the back of knockout, definitely going to be feeling a lot more better about the situation. This draft has got to be important. The bans are filling this particular map carry so much weight, and they are Primo, Surge, and Ems for Zeta, Ems, Spike, and Poco for A&R. Some very big ones there for me, and absolutely on the money. There's still a great deal of potential for some tankier brawlers to come into the equation. Ashe, Sam, Rosa, Nita. I mean, the list goes on and on when it comes to Sneaky Fields, in all honesty.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Zeta want to go for a tanky approach, right? Because Primo is mainly used as a way to counter other tanks as well, like the Ashe, like the Sam. And then betting out both Surge and Ems also very much indicating that they want to go for something tanky. We'll see though, as Nita is going to be the first pick here for A&R. I don't like Nita, just in general. I like it in Heist with Hyperbear against the safe. Besides that, I just don't really like it. Sometimes it works, but most of the time when I watch it, I just feel like it doesn't. So I think it's an interesting first pick, in my opinion. But we'll see how Zeta Division react to it.
I really like the Nita first pick myself. I mean, it's just got such a heavy win rate in Brawl Ball, and now Crow coming in for Zeta. Not a bad one at all, but they do need to apply something of a tank counter or just a heavy counter. Some of the big HP brawlers here, some big DPS be quite pleasantly welcomed, I feel. B's probably on the cards here as well, but the spike band's really smart from A&R, honestly. It's kind of like what you'd want to have in your back pocket for these kinds of games, but, you know, Rosa is going to be coming in. Yeah, I've seen this brawler coming back a bit more and more into Sneaky Fields recently. The Unfriendly Bushes gadget is just such a great way of scouting the bushes immediately. That's slow as well. You have some speed to hand. That's kind of where I'm thinking both sides have got to be considering this. You need a bit of a max to get everyone moving and out of harm's way. If they don't pick it on the side of A&R, Zeta surely would snap that up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, a little bit scared of this double slow comp from Zeta. It's quite scary because, I mean, just a Rosa is always a threat on Sneaky Fields, but when you have 3 other slows potentially from the Crow gadgets, it gives you a lot of opportunities to shine. And in order to go Frank, which used to be a fairly common tank counter, but it's not really used that much at the moment, and I have no clue how well it's going to be doing here.
They've got to counter this out or choose to go with another tank, and I just don't know how I feel about that if they were to consider doubling down on their odds. I mean, you have to be able to deal with this Frank, you know, yeah, I feel you have to go Otis there. I mean, it's not, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be thinking, right, let's go with Frank on Sticky Fields. It can get some great results, it really can. But ultimately, there's definitely more favorable ideas. There was what was banned, you know, Ash, Sam was still on the table. They went with Frank. The key there, realistically, for me on the side of A&R was getting the B in early so that they would be able to deprive it from Zeta. But, you know, it's definitely a pick from the side of A&R that's got a lot of confidence behind it. You know, you don't go in with just a Frank into Sticky Fields unless you're tried and tested with it. But I do worry, Otis can suppress it out so easily and basically cycle off the back of it. So I am kind of going a little bit more on the Zeta side of this comp. I think I was more on the side of A&R until the Frank showed its face. But let's see how they can make this work.
Well, so far it seems like it's going to be with very early goal. In favor of Zeta. I hate Nita. I think Nita is terrible. Again, it's there. It dies 2 seconds into the game. I hate Nita. Okay, you heard it here. First, I absolutely despise that brawl. I only like it on highs. As I said earlier, we are not on highs. Why is it here? Either way, it finds a very nice kill now, which should probably result in a goal for A&R. I just need to rant a little bit, you know, to motivate Rama to prove me wrong, and he did exactly what I wanted. So, rant over.
Great to watch. That's like just you were just digging yourself that hole for that entire moment.
Which is gonna be quite nice considering that in the open she's a bit of a sitting duck, and Mebius was able to take her out. A beautiful kill from Meow with that jump in. Is that gonna be enough here for Zeta to try to find any sort of opening? Overtime is definitely gonna be challenging for both sides. Not entirely sure who it would be favoring, to be honest. Seems like Nob is gonna go for another super, finds the connection with it. Another stun now as well, and this one will claim the kill, but the poison will take him down as well, and it looks like Zeta should be able to slot this one in just before overtime kicks in, and that means that Zeta take the upper hand again.
So little was in that. I mean, just a couple of HP here or there to determine who was going to stay on their feet or not. I felt as well the way that Nob plays this Frank. I mean, they kind of deserve a bit of a win here or there in this set, at least somewhere along the lines, because he's getting so much value. His DPS at the end of this game is surely the statistics side is going to be through the roof at this rate. But this B pick really is holding the whole comp together for me on the side of A&R. As much as I know you hate the need to tell you, I feel like it does bring a lot of value with the ability to keep the heals rolling in. But look at this big push, very much the same as what we saw in the previous game, as Zeta don't hesitate, don't spend any time wasted to get a goal in 25 seconds.
Yeah, it's as good as a start as the previous game was. The stun from Nob is gonna miss. Nicely baited out by Naui. We'll get another, but doesn't have time to pump it. Meow with a jump in, and that might very much be the set already. The shield on the bear gonna be useless as this Nita pick is, and and A&R will be dropping the set. It's gonna be Zeta Division up 2-1 now in sets.
Well, when the cards started falling down, they tumbled and escalated quickly. Zeta now are in a prime spot. I mean, that is how quickly the tides can turn, honestly. I feel like A&R, when you compare how they were playing at the very beginning of that set, it just didn't look the same towards the end as they started to maybe doubt themselves a bit more or just kind of underestimate the might of the Zeta comp, because it is a really scary thing. I think Rosa now, for me, kind of got to be a go-to ban in Sticky Fields, because just simply that slowdown is very, very forgotten now, as we haven't seen Sticky Fields for quite a while in the competitive map pool. When it comes in and just is able to do things like that, you can just win your lane so incredibly quickly. But this is now scary for A&R, and what's turned into a really great day in set one is starting to trickle away from them. If they're not careful, this has to go all the way for them to the fifth and final set if they're going to be able to claw something back and take the month of March. Zeta looking to extend things more so into having back-to-back wins in the BSC of 2023, and they are surely feeling good about their performance so far today.
Yeah, I mean, looking at A&R, and you mentioned the DPS from Nob, it's definitely by far the highest out of anyone, but he did feed off so much from his interactions against the Rosa. I think it was just an interesting draft from A&R. I didn't mind the Frank nearly as much as in my...
Они там что-то базарят, давайте пока выключим. Пишите ваши вопросики в чате. Саша, там какие... я не специально, Саша, там я тебя заблокировал. Сашанка. Ну. Я не специально, я нечаянно нажал не на ту кнопку, сорян. Нечаянно. Перепутал кнопки. Так, начинается, поехали.
Some mech bans here or there have got to be on the cards. Poker as well. Long range ideas. Colette can have moments in this particular map too, so that's worthy to consider. But definitely Penny's got to be up there. So Meg, yeah, Crow, Penny for Zeta, Sam, Squeak, and Carl for A&R. Let's see what the first son of a brewer is on the side of A&R who won the coin toss.
Stu is going to be our first pick here for the side of A&R. It's a brawl I do like here. Matches nicely with their way of thinking. Very aggressive brawler, and that's usually the playstyle they would prefer. Say the division is better than Mag, which I think here is an absolute threat. Same for the Crow, so I do like their bans a bit more, to be honest. But it makes sense, considering A&R had the first pick to remove those very strong options, and A&R focusing more on banning the best last picks.
Пропустим. Выключим звук пока. Пишите вопросики в чатике, я все читаю. Ребят, давайте добьем 900 подписчиков. Сейчас 891 подписчик, давайте 900 добьем. У меня вышел ролик сегодня новый про Brawl Stars. Саш, там я оцениваю, ничего не оцениваю. Как они долго выбирают, кошмар. Кстати, стримов, да, давно я заметил, не было. Последний боец остался, выбирает последнего бойца. Это Зета выбрала Лолу. Let's go. Сейчас должен начаться матч. И поехали. Ждем. Поехали.
A little bit. I like the ideas from A&R too, don't get me wrong. The double spawnable setup as well with both the speed zone and the healing station I think can be very, very strong, but getting to that situation can be a little bit scary as well. We'll just see how it plays out here. So far, so good for A&R as Nob is finding so many great connections on the left side. Does end up being taken very low HP, and Meow finds a nice pickup onto Rama, and suddenly Zeta Division are going to be able to build a little bit of a lead with that good early start.
Oh, speeds are down now, but Gary does pop the nest egg, and that's going to be the run. We'll pick up the scraps on that one. A very swift takedown there after the drop the base, and Meow very, very close to going down himself. Nub comes in, and now this is where that Lola pick is going to thrive at the back of the ego pop, but when those gadgets deplete and there's nothing left, Nob is going to be able to surely get a much more favorable transaction there. Now he's marked as well. It's exactly what you want to be doing on that right-hand side lane if you're Nob. So, I like the way they're playing it. It's very, very close in terms of the scoreline, though, and A&R have got to start to play this. Yeah, the utility's got to go down. But look at how many marks they are placing. The accuracy is pinpoint precision here from A&R.
Yeah, very nice shots from Nob. He's been playing fantastically so far this game. They will be able to take over the lead again, only by a couple of percentages. Still need to be very careful about how they approach this. Healing station is so useful though. Every tag that Meow connects, Rama doesn't even really need to carry. He'll heal up quicker than he takes damage. And if not quicker, at least it will definitely extend his stay down in the mid. Ego not really gonna find any value. A bit of a missed opportunity I think there from Naui, as he is low HP himself, and Meow will have a super, except he doesn't really want to leave the zone. He's gonna pump it either way. But that instantly creates a huge weakness in the mid here for Zeta Division, and A&R now a couple percentages away from taking this game.
Oh, I love that placement there from Mavius. Just going super aggressive there with the healing station and the moment squeeze now. Just 1% there remaining for them, and they will seal it. Lovely stuff. And now we have got a match. We really do. It is starting to get a bit more even out. It's not Zeta looking as strong in this fourth set as they were previously, so an opening door potential here. To bring this one back and rein things in. Going into the match now, and this is really make or break now for them. They've got to get a good start and land these shots as they were previously, because as they know, Zeta have got really great utility to hand. They'll be looking to exacerbate a lot of it early on as they did previously. They've got to try to draw that out as quickly as they possibly can. Ramos has been dancing around this whole entire game, but now pretty low and gonna go down to Meow. Let's drop the base. Nob and Mavis will be staying firm here, but the positioning control very much with Zeta in these early moments.
Nice gadget from Garrett, getting Mavius low HP. The ego there from Naui goes down pretty much as soon as he placed it. Now he's very low HP again. Rama trying to get out of there, is able to do so successfully. A&R kicks things off with pretty nice lead. A healing station now as well, and it's been such a big problem for Zeta Division to try to deal with that healing station. And so far, I feel like that's the biggest problem of that Lola pick. It was their last pick, and that should have been something to deal with the healing station, because so far, as soon as it's placed down, it's just such a nightmare for them to take care of it.
Well, gadget pop there from Mabius. It's getting so much value, and again another aggressive healing station, but quickly and swiftly taken care of by Zeta. Now he low, Meow low as well, but will he be able to stay standing in these moments, because that mark is going to be crucial now. Meow takes the skies, and Nob does go down. Meow somehow is getting so many taps. Rama 715 HP, and a Dream trying to heal himself up with the back of the gas to heal, and doing so magnificently well. He's still juking it, allowing Nob and Mavis to come back in, and 71% was captured over that period of time. Great delay strategy, but now Zeta got complete mid-control. All three players on their feet. What is a crucial moment. They're now even out 71% on each side, and who is going to take this game?
Yeah, potentially a bit of a fumble there as well, was Mavius using his healing station when nobody was really there to capitalize from it. Garo with some great jukes and some great connections. Zeta Division, they'll take this one, and that means that now they have a match point in their hands. Zeta a single game away from taking this match.
What a turning point. I thought that was going to be a set sweep in all honesty for A&R, but let's see how they respond. This is going to put them to the test now, because Zeta have been in these positions before many a time over, and they know how to handle the pressure of the situation and get it tied up. But as we go in, speed zone down early there for Rama. Connecting shots from Nob on the left. Maybe it's just trying to whittle down Naui a little bit, but it's Rama who's the weakest of everyone. Has got the gas to heal, but 120 HP. Needs to be a little bit more reserveful there. Takedown off the drop of the base is important, but they've lost control on the side of A&R, and Zeta now are in a commanding position with 20% of a lead.
Yeah, nice gadget upon by Garo. Pretty much going to be a free kill there and make it a double. What a terrific start here for Zeta Division. A&R so far don't really have an answer. Healing station going to be placed down. Some good damage onto Meow, but he's able to just fall back and heal back up. Now he was the ego enough to create so much space, so much pressure. Zeta already past 60% captured, and A&R had got so much catching up to do.
Great awareness there from Rama to pick up the kill, because Meow would have been staying there, but got a lot of catching up to do, like you say. They've got to keep this positioning power. Garrett low now, great from Rama. He's playing out of his mind at the moment. He does not want to be going home at this stage. They've come so far. Not trying to get the taps into the ego there to put pressure onto Naui. What a great turnaround this is turning to be, but one slip will prove to be potentially the downfall here of A&R as Meow pushing forwards now. Big shots bouncing between both Naui and Garo and everyone on the side, but oh, what a kooky pop that was from Garo. It's 80% lead now for Zeta, and what a world of confidence they've got now. 10% to go. Surely this is it, Teddy.
Yeah, this is their chance to close it out, and was only Nob left alive. They'll do just that. Zeta Division will be winning not only the first, but now also the second monthly final of the year, and the smile on the player's face, including Enzo as well behind their coach, says it all, as Zeta Division will be locking in the February and the March monthly final victories. And Rama still seems pretty happy after all. I think he knows how much it means to just get this second place, because we'll see it later on, but I'm sure this is quite big for the leaderboards as well.
I'm just going to bring things back around there to that smile from Rama, because it was almost a year ago to the day that he went face to face with Tribe Gaming EU and went to match point. That would have been his first monthly final win of his career, and a year later, and it comes to that stage of the competition, but he can then still smile at the end of it. I think it just displays such incredible competitive spirit. We don't see that too often. It's normally all doom and gloom, but
Так, это повтор, выключим звук пока. В общем, прикольно. Чемпионат, только я не понял. Чемпионат, что дальше вот этот вот дает? В начале был же года чемпионат уже еще один какой-то. Вот, я вот этого не понимаю. Ты давай тут это.
Development for A.
Все, отлагала. Что у них там дальше они там болтают? Ну, видите, да, за это уже выиграл, это кайф. Интересно дальше, что? Что у нас тут? То есть сейчас... ну все, конец, короче. Последнее. 892 подписчика. Кайф. Кто-то подписался. И вот это что? Я не понимаю, что написано. Включим звук.
Like your predictions are also what you hope for, and we nearly got exactly what I would have loved to see for this monthly final. Just not quite. But Zeta Division, they still massively deserve this victory, so I couldn't be happier for them. And again, I'm so excited.
Я пока чатик почитаю, ну, конечно, тут не человек сидит, ну ладно. Я просто не понимаю. Как его? Смотрим чемпионат по Brawl Stars, и вообще один человек только сидит. Как так? Вот. Вот. Такие дела. Долго, когда игра-то начнется уже следующая? Интересно. Ой, что-то это. Они там что-то обсуждают. Ребят, кому интересно, что будет дальше с Brawl Stars? Зайдите ко мне на канал, посмотрите, там новый ролик длинный вышел. Вот. И там все было сказано, что с ним будет. Они там что-то все сидят, обсуждают, что так. Ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на канал. Хотите меня поддержать, ссылка на донат есть в описании и в закрепленном сообщении чата. А мы смотрим с вами чемпионат. Там все обсуждают уже. Давайте еще следующую игру уже. Стримим уже 41 минуту. Ой, что-то началось.
He's out-defended! Really?
This one is just
это
all
повтор.
out domination from Zeta Vision, looping round. Now Piper's going to have to get the jump away, does avoid it, but actually goes down anyway, so it doesn't matter. Gene pulls there. Still got this extremely good super for Rama when it starts to close down, the gas pinches in, but we might not get to that at this point as Nob. He's sealed him in, he's throwing out 2 shots, 3 shots on the connection.
Ну, это вот можно так посмотреть, они там радуются, что там. Вспоминают, типа. Повтор. Так что ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь. Что, все? Или нет, я не понял. Походу все, да? Да, все. Все. Завершено. В общем, вот такой стримчанский. Всем спасибо, кто на нем был. Просто посидели, посмотрели чемпионат. Вот. Ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на канал. Посмотрите ролик, который только сегодня вышел. Длинный. Вот. Про Brawl Stars. Залетайте, смотрите сейчас. А я уже завершаю трансляцию. Всем спасибо. Всем пока.